Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. I appreciate your time and energy. We're going to now jump over to Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. I'm going to have to sit a little bit closer to the microphone for my camera phone for the simple reason that the earbuds that I'm using do not make very good microphones. And so until I can actually get a condenser or a dynamic microphone ordered to my place and substitute out for that, I'm just going to be a bit shouty until further notice. So yeah, again, once again, we're doing Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising for the month of August 2025. We're going to be pulling some cards to just see the general overall message that needs to come out. And whilst we do that, just want to recognize that there is a full moon in Aquarius that is here out. So your fellow air sign is out and about, you know, in the lunar energy at this moment, and this is going to channel our rebellious side and allow us to overcome obstacles, to make those breakthroughs, which is so Aquarian and Uranian of nature. If you are an Aquarius, kudos to you, and hopefully everyone can benefit from the energy that is the water bearer. So that said, we're going to go ahead and get straight into Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. If you have any significant places, like I do for Libra as well, please be sure to look at this reading to make sure if it resonates with you or not. Other than that, I'm not going to get into too much other faff about the astro transits. You can look that up yourself. We need to get on with the show. So let's do this. Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising for the month of August 2025. Libra, for the month of August 2025, what do we need to know for Libra for the month of August 2025? Stop here. Nope. Being told to keep going. One more for good luck for the Libras. All right. Cool. So I'll get closer to the phone so that you can hear me a little bit better. It's been a bit difficult for some of the other recordings. The sound's been lower. I need to go ahead and get that sorted out ASAP. Current energy for Libra. Current energy for Libra. What is the challenge for Libra? Challenge. Okay, so what is in the recent past? Near future. Court. It's at the crown. Well, okay, so, and what's the outcome for this reading here? What is the outcome for the reading? What is the outcome for the reading? All right, so you have nothing but pentacles in this reading. So everything here is a deer of some kind, which is represented by the Wild Unknown Tarot. Nothing but pentacles. So whatever you're trying to build or develop right now is strictly related to your work, career, and finance, and you're trying to create some stability out of that. But it seems like you're having a few challenges along the way, a few bumps in the road that are preventing you from fully realizing the potential of what you want to achieve. So at the bottom of the deck, what we have here is the only cup card that we've actually got, which is the Six of Cups. And this is you getting into a sentimental mode, getting involved in something that either A, you dealt with in a past life, or B, dealing with someone who is at a soul level connected to you. And maybe this is the motivation for all of this. Who knows? Maybe you found a soulmate, or maybe you have an idea of trying to attract in a soulmate, and that is going to allow you to give this person the financial stability that they need, or that you think that they need, in order to realize a relationship with you, or even more so, trying to connect with something that you feel deeply and strongly about, that brings you peace of mind and balance. Because basically number six is about harmonizing things. 2 3s, people working together in harmony. So your card for the month of August is the 8 of Pentacles. As we can see in here, many of us are not too sure if we're fond of spiders or not, but what we do know about spiders is that they create their own destiny. From their arses, basically, comes the entire life that they live. They live in their candy, in their cotton candy arses creation, as I like to say. They're able to spin webs, and they can build a home. They can build food and nourishment. They can weave their own tales as writers. That's the kind of the mythology behind the spider, where they are able to weave the web of creativity. And in Indian, we have Maya, the weaver of illusions. She is the one that creates the entire universe through the spinning of webs, in which all things in this world are connected. As much as I don't like to see them in my house, I deeply respect spiders. It is one of my strongest animal totems. And I can definitely say that it is the spider that creates and shapes the essence of the world. And if you ever seen movies like It, or the creature at the end, the creature It is actually represented in its most ascertainable imagery to the human mind as that was very weird. I was speaking, and then one of the lights in my flat started flashing, and that thing has not ever turned on or switched on since I've been in this place. So maybe there's some relevance to that, but that is quite unusual. I've not seen that ever happen before. Didn't even know that light actually worked, but we do know now. Anyways, the creature in It, Stephen King's It, is represented by a large spider. And the reason being is because it ensnares its prey through fear, the web of fear and deceit. It's able to shapeshift. It's able to do whatever it needs to do in order to trap these, young people. And that is one way of looking at it, but I see you in a different light, trying to do that with your own life. You're building, you're working hard, and you're almost trying to trap those pentacles in here, in a way of saying that you're hoping that your hard work pays off. The problem with it is that the challenge of this is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is able to nurture what it is that they're working on in the material sense. They're able to nurture projects. They're able to create things that, build of lasting value. And more so, they're able to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And it almost seems like you're working your ass off, but you're not able to actually enjoy the work that you're putting into things. So for example, if you started a business, or if you've gotten a new job, or if you have been working at a job for a long time, you have felt like the challenge is being able to sit back, relax, and enjoy what it is that you've created. And I see this all over your reading, from all of the pentacles that we see, in front of us. So in the recent past, you had the 3 of Pentacles, and this appeared on its side. So I'm not really sure exactly what that's trying to say, but if I had to interpret it, it would seem that you were trying to surmount the obstacles being placed in your path. And typically, when we have these mountains here, the mountains represent those obstacles, those delays, those blockages that have been preventing you from working with the people that are able to propel you into a more prosperous, more abundant lifestyle. And I know that there's a lot of talk about abundance in the tarot community, and I do respect that a lot. In fact, I think that's one of the things that we should teach ourselves about, life in general. I don't like romance readings for the simple fact that it creates a level of codependency and validation from the audiences of those tarot card readers. I prefer that people look within and try to create the lifestyle that they want to live through representing their own power and demonstrating their own power. And this is what you're trying to do, but it is a very difficult grind to get on. And so that is what took place in the recent past. In the near future, what I see you doing, you have the Fool, but it's in the reverse. And maybe if we clarify this, we can probably get a little bit more information about it. Let's have the Fool reversed. Let's have the Fool reversed. Yeah, so I was telling Virgo not too long ago about burning out. I'm hearing Jedi mind tricks. It ain't right to me. I ain't got another motherfucking fight in me. And that's when we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. That's basically what it's talking about. It's almost like you want to put the brakes on everything because you just don't have the ability to compete for what it is that you're trying to work on. So if you're building a house, you're working on your body, your physique, your shape, ask yourself what it is that your energy is going into, so that way you know that you can actually achieve your results faster. It's about working smarter, not harder. And it's almost like you're not able to reach that goal, Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, because maybe you're putting your energy into things that are not reciprocating, as usual in these messages that I give. I think it's important, say for example, if we're trying to achieve something, say for example we're in a car and we've got our foot mashed on the pedal and we're trying to accelerate as fast as we can, but we realize we haven't taken the parking brake off yet, then you're not going to go too far. And you will damage your vehicle doing that as well. If I try to do a U-turn, if I ride a motorcycle, which is what I do often, and I'm not looking where I'm going, if I'm not directing my vision, my sight towards the direction that I want to go, one of two things can happen. I can target fixate, and that throws me into a ravine, and that could be very bad for me. Or I may drop the bike because I'm not looking where I'm going, or I don't get it to magically go where it's supposed to go, because there's almost like a magic to it. When you look where you're going and you're turning the handlebars, that's where your motorcycle goes. So it's about the direction that you're trying to go in, which will give you the best results. And I guess this is a cautionary tale about making sure that you're doing that. If you're investing in something, if you are working on something, if you are trying to attract a certain someone, I see this more as an investment or a financial issue. Make sure that the material thing that you're working on is being done with a goal in mind and not just being done because you like to work. That's what it's trying to tell me. So at the very core and essence of all of this, we have the Queen of Pentacles. No, this is the Page of Pentacles. And again, we just spoke about this and now it's coming to fruition. So we're talking a little bit about being able to learn what it is needed so that you can succeed in your goals. That is at the core of what you're trying to do, and maybe this is the direction you're trying to take your life. So if you are trying to invest in stock market, this is learning how to invest better. If you're trying to exercise, then it means that you need to work on the muscle groups and the calisthenics and all of the holistic things that go into losing the right amount of weight. If it is about trying to find a new job, are you applying to the right places? Are you putting out the right keywords? Are you trying to make sure that what you are releasing to the public in your CV, in your cover letter, is matching with the job description and allowing you to advance in that candidacy? So, because the reason why we see here, we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse as what is known. And in essence, that's what happens when you waste your energy. You get burnout. So the King of Pentacles is trying to tell us in this position that maybe it is important for us to rectify or to find a better strategy to the material shaping that we want to do. And many times when we have this alchemic process and we want to move from one stage to another stage, what we're trying to do, we're trying to target our energy so that it shapes us like a stone that is being crafted by a craftsman who is sanding and chiseling away at it so that it becomes a work of art rather than just a kind of mishap. And I think this is going to be important for those people who are working hard to create a goal. And the reason why I say all of this is because at the very end of this, you are going to finally do that. You're going into the Seven of Pentacles. And what this is going to do, this is going to say, okay, take a step back. What have we worked on? We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Let's go back to the Seven of Pentacles and reassess our strategy as to what we're doing right now. And hopefully after an evaluation, we can finally move into what it is that we need to do in order to make this work right, the right way. And I think that once you do that, you take that step back and then you reaffirm the goal that you have set and the pathway you're going to take in order to reach that. That is when you'll start seeing the best results. So take a look at your project, do that, and then see if you can create a new strategy that will work. Maybe in the recent past you had the Three of Pentacles on its side because it was difficult for your colleagues, your teammates and people. So my nose is itching. It was difficult for your colleagues and teammates to work with you so that you could achieve your goal. If you don't know where to aim your target, you're not going to be able to hit your mark. That said, rant over. We're going to look into the advice, and then after that, we'll wrap this reading up. Card of advice for our lovely Librans. What local advice do we have for our Librans? Always take these in the upright from now on. Emotions are running high. So we take a look at this. This is the supermoon. And this is kind of like the moon on steroids or crack cocaine, if you want to call it, or whatever drug of choice. Supermoon is an intense full moon that is close to the earth. It is basically a magnet for all of the emotions. And I think maybe what we need to do is we need to pull those emotions out of ourselves to help us to evaluate where we're trying to go. If we don't have a strong connection to what we're trying to do, which was the initial card that we saw, which was the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups was what we didn't see coming. Once we connect to that inner sanctum and understand and relearn what we've known in the past, that is the only way that we will be able to connect with a tangible goal that will allow us to reevaluate and then realign ourselves with the goal intended. So I don't know why I'm doing all of this helpy type stuff, but maybe that's precisely what someone needed to hear. Even if it's just, a couple of people who get this message and then they say to themselves, okay, maybe I need to go back to the drawing board and see exactly what it is that I need to do for this particular project or this particular goal in mind. So that is pretty much it. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, Librans, for joining for this reading. This is Aluminum Tarot, and we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Until next time, love and light.